backs are running hard, the tight ends are trying, everybody's working hard, but they're also in camp. 6 days of installation, stuff starting to pile up, so you see a little bit of confusion at times, but that's part of camp. And the one thing we know about this bunch is they got a lot of pride. You know, they're going to give the effort. We just got to continue to press them at this point in camp and then see how much will stick. And then once we get through camp, we'll be able to refine.
Obviously, still really early, but any separation at running back between those three guys?
No separation yet, but I tell you what, they're all working hard, and you can see a different look in each one of them's eye. They all want it. But they also understand, too, that it's going to be possibly by committee. So they're all trying to make their stake to be the #1 guy to run out, but at the same time, they're pushing each other and getting better. I feel like Taven has come on the last couple of days. I thought Choice, shot out the gate and had the first couple of days were really good. And then Fuller's just been steady. But also, I think Taven's putting a little bit of pressure on him.
What is the most improvement you've seen out of Tavian? Is it his strength, his speed, or his pass protection, his learning of the offense?
Just his consistency in everything that he does. Wayne has set the standard in our room for the way that you prepare, the way you perform, the way that you practice. And so his practice habits are better. You can see that he's consistently putting plays together. Whereas in the past, you may have saw a flash, and then he'd have a bonehead mistake. And that's just not it's a function of just a lack of intensity at that time. I think he understands what it takes to be that guy, and he's really pressing to try and be consistent every single play. Had a good run coming off the goal line. He spud out of there, and then again, sometimes he'll have a play like that, but in the next play, he may not use a technique that I want in pass protection. So for him, it's just creating that mental toughness to be disciplined in every single snap that he takes.
Is there a point with the quarterback situation where y'all need to whittle it down for the sake of reps, maybe pare it down to 2 or anything like that?
I think that time will come, but that's not the time now. Fall camp is different than spring. You're going to try and put the entire offense in. Because again, you got to expose them to the entire offense, and as we get closer to Kent State, then we'll pare it down, and hopefully by then we'll have a couple of live scrimmages, and you'll have some separation there. But right now we're pressing them all, obviously giving them all an opportunity to see the offense and see who can manage it the best. And then once we get closer to the game, we'll manage those reps a little better.
Coach Sweeney has been kind of raving about Travis in the first couple practices. What have you seen from them, and how would you kind of compare to some of the other freshmen coming in right off the bat?
For him, just very proud of the transition that he's made. When you go back and you watch him in high school, he played in an option offense. The terminology was different. He was in a huddle. He was used to hearing the play call. Now he's got to get everything from signals. But the thing that you notice the most is how explosive he is, man. He's fast. His first step, I thought Wayne had a fast first step. The difference here is he has a fast first step and he has a fast finish. He's tough. He's 197 pounds. You can tell that he's been a multi-sport athlete, played basketball, so his strength's not where it needs to be, but he's slamming his body in there. Been very pleased with his retention. Pass protection, he has a lot of work to do from a technique standpoint, but the biggest thing is the explosion, the toughness, and just the way he sees it. He finds holes, and his understanding and his football knowledge, those are the things that impress me.
What have you seen from the 2 freshman offensive linemen that he recently got on campus, Matt and Noah?
They're spinning. They're spinning hard because up front it's tough, and the way that Venables comes after you every day in practice, they're seeing something new. They're being exposed to something that they've never seen before, so they're spinning. But there's no question that they got it, but they just need experience. And Bacchus hasn't played in a year, and so the speed of the game, he's trying to catch up with that. And then you got Noah out there, and he's just trying to learn the protection. And the next thing you know, they're stemming, they're moving. Now we got an adjustment. So just when he understands the base rule, now he's got to handle an adjustment. So they're spinning, but they're competing, and you can see that they definitely got the ability that we need. But it's just going to take them a little while to get comfortable and be confident with the entire package.
With 4 or 5 returning starters on the offensive line, is the tightest race probably between Pollard and Ankrum at tackle, or some of those other guys can be in push as well?
I think you got Pollard and Ankrum and Mitch. We got to find the best 2 tackles to go out there. So it's a 3-man race there. Nothing's going to be given to Mitch. Obviously, we know how consistent he's been over the last 2 years, but he has to go out and be the best tackle, to play that spot at the left side, and then we'll figure out who the next guy is to play on the right. But I also would say that at guard, you got John Simpson, and you got Tyrone Crowder is really being pushed by John Simpson. So I think that at every position, Maverick's being pushed by John Simpson, so you got a 3-man battle there at least. And then also too, once we get to a point to where we got the package in, these guys had a chance to rep, then we're going to try and find out who the best 5 are. So that could be a situation where some of your outside guys, may be better suited to play guard. And Caldwell's doing an unbelievable job of cross-training those guys. But I'd say the tightest race would be what you asked with the tackle between Pollard and Ankrum, and then next I would say it would be between John Simpson and Tyrone.
You going to be able to watch any of the game tonight, Coach? All your former guys out there on the field, I think 6 of them in total.
It's a special opportunity. So we're going to make sure that as a team that we take an opportunity to honor those guys and watch and spend a little time together. But at the same time, we got a quick turnaround. So we'll watch some of it, and then us coaches will go to work and make sure that we're prepared for tomorrow morning's practice.